Hello and welcome to the second video of the aeroplane technology series. In this video, we will look how lift is generated in the aeroplanes. When the air passes through the wings, it splits and passes through the top and the bottom of the wing. If you observe, the air above the wing is pushed in the downward direction through the surface of the wing, and the air below the wing is also pushed downwards. You may get a doubt why the air will not travel straight on the top of the wing and why it bends. There is an effect in physics called as Coanda effect. If you observe the air traveling here, there will be a pressure difference created, a higher pressure on the top and a lower pressure on the bottom. So the air is pushed towards the wing and it travels through the surface of the wing. Now let's see how lift is generated. When the air passes through the wings, it is pushed in the downward direction. Naturally, a reaction force is created which pushes the aeroplane in the upward direction, known as lift force, which is Newton's third law. There is also a theory which is taught and seen in some textbooks known as equal time argument, or commonly known as Bernoulli's principle, which says that when the air passes through the wings, it splits into two. If you consider two particles at the time of splitting, the air above the wing should travel faster than the air below the wing, as it needs to travel a much greater distance, and they need to meet at the trailing edge of the wing. So, a lower pressure is created above the wing and a higher pressure is created below the wing. This pressure difference creates the lift force. But actually, this theory is wrong. There is no law in physics that says that two particles should meet. The air traveling above the wing travels faster than the air below the wing, and it reaches the trailing edge faster than the particle below the wing. And they never meet in their lifetime, which is practically proved. But some part of this theory, like air traveling above the wing travels faster than the air below the wing, and the pressure difference above and below the wing is true. A bit of lift is generated due to this, but the majority of the lift is created by the reaction force of the downward airflow. A higher lift can be attained in two ways, one by increasing the speed and other by increasing the angle of attack. The angle of attack is the angle between the wing and the direction of airflow. If the angle of attack is increased to a greater angle, then the air traveling above the wing separates and creates a condition called stall, where the aeroplane loses lift and starts to fall off the sky. If you observe, the pilots extend the surface area of the wing while takeoff and land. They are called as flaps. The flaps are just a small wing that retracts to the main wing. They are extended to increase the surface area. In turn, lift is also increased. By extending the flaps, it creates more downward force, so more lift is generated. This also brings a bit of drag. In modern aeroplanes, you see flaps called as sorted flaps. There will be a gap between the flaps and the wing. This helps the air pass underneath the wing and over the flaps. This also helps the air traveling above the wing to an easy flow and without disturbing it. Also, in the front of the aeroplane there will be something called as slats. They are just like flaps in the front of the wing. They are used to increase the surface area of the wing. In modern planes, we see sorted slats. The flaps and the slats are used for takeoff at lower speed and also while landing. If you haven't watched the first video about how an aeroplane fly, then click the I button to watch that video. And also the link is given in the description below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and don't miss to press the bell icon.